What up, sports fans? Waxon Wednesday, Jake Waxman, Tyler Level, let two guys talk sports. Let's do this. All right. Yes, the NFL draft is this week. But with that being said, before I get into that, I'm going to backtrack things a little bit to last week. Last week, incredibly busy week for Purdue basketball. They loaded up in the transfer portal. Not just in the transfer portal, but overseas too. So two new basketball players joined the Purdue Boilermakers this upcoming week. The first of which is a prospect who comes from overseas. He played for a semi-pro league or semi-pro team in Tel Aviv, Israel. That's right. Purdue is going to have an Israeli on their team next year. Pretty cool stuff. But I've heard this kid is really, really good. So this basketball player, one Omer Meyer by name, or Mayer by name. I don't know. Correct me if I have the pronunciation, but we'll go with Meyer. So Omer Meyer, Purdue's newest incoming freshman. So he committed to Purdue. That's right. He's not going to be in the transfer. He's not a transfer. He's actually going to be a commit right out of a semi-pro league, but he is going to qualify as a freshman to start things off. But I like what I've seen from this kid watching his highlights. He's fast, he's got some athleticism, can create his own shot, all the things that Purdue needs. He's got that. He's incredibly talented. Averaged about 17 to 18 points a game and I think about 3 assists a game. He plays guard. So we'll see if he's going to end up being a ball handler or end up being more of like a scoring guard. That we're going to find out. But I really like what Omer Meyer brings to this Purdue Boilermakers team. The other transfer that Purdue picked up, they picked up a forward coming from Northern Florida. One Liam Murphy by name. Played for the Northern Florida Offsprees, Offsprees. The bird, or plenty of Offsprees in Florida. So, Northern Florida Offsprees, from the Offsprees to the Boilermakers. Liam Murphy, you know what? Like what I've seen from this kid too. He averaged about 17 points a game. He's played 4 seasons at Northern Florida, so he will come in as a graduate transfer. Bring some much needed Purdue experience for the Boilermakers and could bring leadership too. You know, I'm hoping he ends up being like a Lance Jones type where he helps the team through troubled times when the adversity or when things get rough, all that stuff. Now, that's what I'm hoping for in a player like Liam Murphy, or even like whether it's Liam Murphy or Omer Meyer or Oscar Clough. Hopefully, I'm hoping one of these newcomers that Purdue has brought can bring that leadership for the crucial times when the adversity hits the hardest. You know, because you're going to face adversity. Not everything's going to go the way you want. But Liam Murphy being a fifth-year player, that could help a lot. You know, obviously, from what I've seen, he can create his own shot. And I'm really excited to see what more he brings to the table for Purdue basketball. So, but really, really busy week for Purdue. So we lost Miles Colvin and Cam Heide to the transfer portal, and going in their place is a guard by the name of Omer Meyer and a forward by the name of Liam Murphy. Really excited to see what these guys bring to the table. I'm excited. Happy to have them as Boilermakers. Great. And like I said, Purdue using the portal not to build a whole new team, but to add to what team they have. Purdue's got a fantastic roster already going into next season. And that roster of Purdue's just got a lot. I think that just got a lot better. They added pieces. That's what we should be using the portal for. Not to, construct different types of teams year in, year out, but to add to the team's needs. All right, getting players to help fill in holes that the team has. All right, that's how we need to be using the portal. No team should be different every single year. You know, teams should be exploring the portal to get players that they need to help, certain roles, or you need scoring depth, or you need someone who can play defense, all that stuff. That's what Purdue is using. That's what Matt Painter has used this portal for, and I think he's done a great job at using the portal to his or exploring the portal and getting guys that I believe fit the Purdue mold. As long as they go to class, get good grades. Be students and be athletes and then be athletes. That's what I want to see. Obviously, Liam Murphy, he's going to be a graduate transfer. He's going to be going for that graduate degree at Purdue. Big, big deal. That's things I like to see. So, with these additions, all these players bring a lot of potential, experience, and a lot of and some of them scoring prowess, defense prowess, and I hope they can be able to create their own shot. The one question that I still have for Purdue is athleticism. I did mention that Omer Meyer looks athletic, but we'll see what more athleticism guys like Oscar Clough and Liam Murphy bring to the table. They don't seem like the most athletic guys, but I could be wrong. Then again, Purdue's never been known to be the most athletic team, in the NCAA tournament every single year. Every team's got their weaknesses. But with all that being said, I'm really excited to see what these guys can bring to Purdue basketball, and if they could do all the little things right, the little things right. There's no telling what the ceiling is for this Purdue basketball team, but there's a lot to be excited about this year if you're a Boilermaker fan. Purdue could be national championship contenders. They could. With this kind of a roster. Especially if you get what you hope for out of Oscar Clough, Liam Murphy, and Omer Meyer. Wow. So much to be excited about for Purdue basketball this upcoming season. I'm excited for these guys. I'm happy to see they've chosen to commit to Purdue, and I can't wait to see what they bring to the table for Purdue basketball. If they play as well as they have looked, whether it's overseas or at their former school, hey, the sky could be the limit for Purdue basketball this year. Of course, tricky thing is going next after this season, Purdue will have 5 seniors now. So I mentioned Braden Smith, Fletcher Lawyer, Trey Kaufman-Renn, Oscar Clough, who could get another year of eligibility, and of course, Liam Murphy. Okay, a lot of seniors on this Purdue team, which, hey, experience is great. It'll just be tough to replace after this season. So, going to be a lot of expectations this year, but also plenty to be excited about if you're a Purdue basketball fan. But really looking forward to what these guys have to bring to the table for Purdue basketball. On to the NFL draft. Shifting gears. Okay, really, again, there is a number of different ways this NFL draft could go. So, disclaimer, I'm either a locale and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about making predictions for the NFL draft, or I may have some accuracy. We'll find out. But I'm not that, okay? I'm not that smart. I'm not good at predicting the NFL draft. I love watching it. But there's a number of different ways it can go. So basically, I'm just admitting right now, look, I'm not a football knower, okay? I might be way out of my depth with these predictions. Actually, I'm totally way out of depth with my predictions. But we're going to give it a try. We're going to see how this goes. So, I'm going to read off to you what I think is going to happen. So, I'm going to start by saying this. I predict things are going to get a little spicy in this NFL draft. Just like they did last year. I've got 3 trades happening in the top 10. That's going with it. 3 trades happening in the top 10. And we'll get to those in a moment. So, let's read things up. Okay. 2025 NFL Draft. Picks 1 through 10. Here we go. And with the first pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Cam Ward, quarterback, Miami. Seems like a foregone conclusion that the Titans are going to go quarterback, and Cam Ward's the best available. I don't know how this class of quarterbacks is going to shape up compared to others in the quarterback classes in the past. It seems, I don't know, it just seems like a weaker class. Definitely a weaker class compared to last year, but maybe Cam Ward could surprise some people. I mean, don't know much about him, but it wouldn't surprise me if Tennessee takes him number 1 overall.